I'm on site.
Yeah, so next up, I don't know if you guys saw this, but yeah, the big giant, the big behemoth, Apple is being sued by the government, by the US government. Yeah, so apparently they're being sued for just being weird pretty much, and being stingy and greedy, and becoming a huge ass monopoly, and just controlling everything and controlling your life, and you can't leave their phones and you can't leave their ecosystem, otherwise you die. But yeah, let's sorry, let's read the article. I got an article here. Let's read the article. It'll tell us more about the lawsuit. It's a big ass lawsuit. Um it's a huge thing. It's a huge biggie. Yeah, so here's the lawsuit. It says Justice Department sues Apple for monopolizing smartphone markets. Okay. So the Justice Department, joined by 16 other state and its district attorneys general, filed a civil antitrust lawsuit against Apple for monopolizing or attempted monopolization of smartphone markets in violation of one of their Sherman Acts, the Sherman Act. Okay. The complaint filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of New Jersey alleges that Apple illegally maintains a monopoly over smartphones by selectively imposing contractual restrictions on and withholding critical access points from developers. I don't. So pretty much what they're trying to say is, obviously, if you have an iPhone, you know that in the App Store, like all those apps that you see, those are by like third-party apps, but they're very restricted, and Apple controls all of those types of third parties. Like you can't just come and sell your things on the App Store. You know what I mean? Apple controls that, and they charge their fees for that. So this is one of the things that's making them a monopoly. You know, so Apple exercises its monopoly power to extract more money from consumers, developers, content creators, artists, publishers, small businesses, and merchants, amongst others. So them niggas be stealing from everybody, bro. Jeez. Through this monopolization lawsuit, the Justice Department and state attorneys general are seeking relief to restore competition to these vital markets on behalf of the American public. Okay, so does that mean, like, I mean, if they win the lawsuit, like, let's say they would sue them for like fucking, this is Apple, mind you, Apple is like worth a fucking trillion. Like Apple's market cap is like literally a 2 trillion something. So it's the second biggest company in the entire world. So if they do win this, obviously they're not going to go for small change. They want big money. You know what I mean? So is the American public going to get that? Like, are the people who bought iPhones going to get that? And what about us here in the Africa? We also want this lawsuit, because also us them niggas also been doing some funny things. So anyway, consumers should not have to pay higher prices because companies violate the antitrust laws. So yeah, and one of the things it also speaks about is just like, if you have an iPhone and if you have a Apple Watch, your Apple Watch, it really only works with your iPhone. Like you can try any other smartphone, but it's very limited to what you can do with the Apple Watch. So it's kind of like if you get one of the products, you kind of have to get everything else, because the other things you get will only work as best with the one thing you have. Like if you get let's say you have and a Samsung, and but you want to get AirPods. The AirPods are not going to work as well as if you had an iPhone. You won't see a lot of the functionality. A lot of the things won't work. They'll kind of just be like dead earphones, as opposed to if you used it with an iPhone. So yeah, you may think it's like, oh, I mean, that's just Apple's thing. That's what they do. It's their genius. It's their value proposition. But it's actually fucked up, because it's like they lure you in with one product, and then the other things you need to get for your life only works as best with this one product. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just greediness. Also, it's expensive, man. Like, I don't know why they're not talking about the price. If they're suing ape niggas, they should have sued them for the price, man. Everybody paying here in South Africa is $40,000, 40,000 billion, bruh. I don't even want to get there. It's mad expensive. So they should also sue them for that. So here's some of the things that's included. It says blocking innovative super apps. Apple has disrupted the growth of apps with broad functionality that would make it easier for consumers to switch between competing smartphone platforms. Yeah, excluding cross-platform messaging apps. Apple has made the quality of cross-platform messaging worse, less innovative, and less secure for users that its customers have to keep buying iPhones. Imagine, you know. And one of the other scams, people don't know this. Another scam that the Apple has done is with their fucking charging. You know what I mean? Like, and their battery. Like, Apple deliberately decreases every year. It decreases the pretty much like the battery life of your battery, you know, so that you can go and get a new phone. You know, you won't get a new battery, you're gonna get a new phone. You know what I mean? So it's fucked up. Apple, as much as this giant and they make all these crazy things, they really just they're the bad guys. So yeah, that's the lawsuit. You guys can go read the rest. I mean, it's not that much left. And yeah, I mean, I wonder how much they're going to sue them for. Oh, here, Apple Inc. is a publicly traded company incorporated in California and headquartered in California. In fiscal year 2023, Apple generated annual net revenue of $383 billion. Yeah. Wow. And a net income of $97 billion. From that 300 billion, they made 97 profit. Yo. So that's fucking mad, man. So they're not playing. Well,